And there they go, turnover. Now we got Talia bringing the ball up. I'm not sure if it's Talia or if it's Talia. We quite often are doing our best to try and get the names right here in the broadcast. But we just have to kind of pick what name we're going to use. And in this case, what do you think, Noah? What should we be going with?
I think Talia is probably the correct pronunciation.
I don't know. I met one person once named Talia, so I feel like it might be Talia. I don't know. There's the shot. Oh, there she is, Talia Martinez. Popping that right into the back of the net.
And just in time, number 32, Talia Martinez scored as our internet has come back live. So we're live with the viewers. Sorry about missing the start of that game. We are recording the match, so you will be able to view it later on. But now the internet is good here. We do have a live broadcast, and we will be doing that for the rest of this matchup. Hopefully our internet holds up the test of time here for us. And the score is now 1-0. BC.
And here we're getting ready for the face-off. We've got number 19, Allison Shoemaker, in against, and I can't see her number quite clearly. Number 1 is Reese Falke. And I'd encourage everybody at home.
Scored by number 32, Talia Martinez.
I'd encourage everybody back home, as you're watching, please just jump into our chat here on the broadcast and let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for, and what you really want to see happen here in this eventful game, this competition to try to get into that national finals. Oh, she tries to go behind the back. Laura just could not get that one through. The defender managed to get their stick in there, and now the Ontario defender is off to the races. Oh, but look at that stifling defense. And that they really get in the way and get in the face of the Ontario players so quickly. Team British Columbia has done a great job all tournament at being very aggressive on the defensive end. Team Ontario has done a great job so far in the start of this game, though. Noah, what are you looking for with regards to how we can really see Ontario be competitive in this match?
Well, you know, Ontario, they really showcased it in their morning match today against Team Saskatchewan. I think what will be very important for Team Ontario will be limiting Team British Columbia's offensive possessions and offensive chances. The longer that Team Ontario can keep the ball in their offensive zone is going to be a good recipe for them. I do think, however, Team BC is a freight train. They are a powerful offense, dynamic, speedy, and fast. So it'll be tough for Team Ontario, but if Team Ontario wants a chance, they're really going to have to slow down and make this a low-scoring game. That'll be their chance in this matchup.
That's fair. I mean, we've got Olivia behind the net trying to make something happen, and Olivia Starr drove to the front of the net and just could not fight her way through. She was obstructed by the defender and the goalie all at once. And now she's going to get a self-start here, it looks like. And there, the nice pass. Oh, could not connect on that pass. The pass was right there for the girl to take, and she just could not corral it. Oh, we got the referee calling something here. Goaltender interference on the player.
I do want to take a moment and say we're very lucky today. We have an extra member in the booth, and we have Hannah in here. She's the head official of this tournament, so she will be helping us out with some of the calls that we do not quite understand. I'm sure you'll hear her voice throughout this broadcast. She's very knowledgeable. She knows a heck of a lot more than we do, and she's going to help us out to give you guys the best, most insightful commentary during this broadcast.
And now number 44, Maddie McLeod, taking the ball up at the top. As she breaks in, here she goes, and here comes the shot. Shoot, scores! Maddie McLeod on the board. Team British Columbia out to an early 2-0 lead. As our clock strikes down to 7 minutes and 58 seconds left in the first quarter, the shots are currently 4-0 for Team British Columbia. With that being said, though, Ontario has had a fair amount of possession. They've been able to get the ball deep into the British Columbia zone, more so than we've seen from other teams so far in this tournament.
It doesn't matter though with this Team BC defense. They'll allow you to have possession down in their zone, but they're so on top of you. As soon as you receive the ball, there's a defender, a second one not too far behind. They make it really hard to get it into those cutters who are cutting towards the net. So possession time is irrelevant when you're playing this Team BC.
Absolutely. And once again, we've got Talia bringing the ball up to Maddie McLeod, down to Alora. Alora looking to go behind the net. Here she likes to. Oh, she took a lot of the stick to the back there. Number 22, Liesl Stata, made a lot of contact on her there. Alora's gonna get the ball up at the top. Oh, right in there. That was too easy. If Ontario wants a chance in this game, they cannot give up those type of opportunities.
That was a real nice feed there off the fan. It traditionally in this tournament, we'd see the players directly approach the net off the fan, off those stoppages and plays, use those opportunities to score. Team BC though, dynamic in their offensive attack. Find the player below the net who has an easy put in after that.
That's Caden Soronin who was left alone underneath the net, and I mean that's just one they can't have happen.
Certainly not, James.
And the official. Let's see if we can get a real good look at this face-off here. And the official backs out, and there we go. British Columbia comes away with it. Number 14, Brooklyn Sverdrup.
BC goals.
Goes
Scored
back
by
to number 3,
12, Cadence Cerrone.
Emma Ulander.
Assisted by number 2.
And Emma's trying to make a little bit of a break here.
Rodenberg.
Puts the ball forward to number 12, Caden Soronin. Back behind the net to Alora Wardenberg. Alora really likes to come out from behind here and just try and get that almost like a wraparound, but instead just coming out and taking that little wrist shot. Back to the top. Number 14, Brooklyn Sverdrup. It's going to be given a free start here. And in she goes, shoots. Oh, tries to bounce it past her, and the goalie comes up strong. But Alora picks up the rebound behind the net. They cycle it around Team British Columbia. Up top to Martinez. Over to number 8, Michaela Patterson. Michaela's also had a really strong tournament. Oh, and they're right on target, right on key. Michaela finds the back of the net right as I'm saying she's had a strong tournament. That makes the score 4-0.
We are experiencing some internet delays here, so if you're seeing some things with the scoreboard, we'll rest assured we'll make sure that you guys know it's 4-0 now. And I'd love to go to our third member here, Hannah, and ask her a little bit about that third goal there where the play was called, the ball started at the top of the fan, and what we saw was a pass inside below, close to the crease. I'm wondering if there's specific rules related to that type of attack.
So the foul that the official had called was a shooting space foul. And so we set up a free position. Free position is what we refer to any of those hash marks around the fan line. If a player is going to gets fouled inside the fan, they're going to move to the nearest hash. The defense get the adjacent hashes, and a whistle is going to restart the play. So when our game shifted from an 11-meter fan to now a 15-meter fan, players really had to adjust how they defended those free positions. And if a team's able to sneak a player in low next to the goal circle, it's perfectly legal. Players have to clear outside the marking area, but then as they drive into goal, teams that have been able to capitalize well on that are the ones that are finding open players close to the goal circle, not covered by another defender from that red team there.
Excellent. Thank you for that insight. Team Ontario now behind the net. Starting to set up. Looking for where they can move this ball to. Are they going to cycle it around? Yes, they are. Here they go. This is what we've seen a lot of early on in this game, Noah. We've seen the fact that Team British Columbia has been willing to let Team Ontario have possession of the ball. Wow, that ball got a little bit away. Must have been stuck in her racket a little bit, or in her stick a little bit. But they just will not allow them to penetrate into the middle of that offensive zone.
Yeah, well, women's field lacrosse is a game, my observation, is a game of 3 stages, right? You have the attacking zone, the defensive zone, and the midfield, right? The play transitions from attack to defense constantly
Here
over.
they are. Scores! No, just outside the net. That looked like that was going right in. It looked like she had that thing labeled right for that cornered pocket.
Yeah, and as I was saying, James, it's going to be inevitable that Team Ontario is going to get possession within the attacking zone. That's just the nature of women's field lacrosse. But Team Ontario is going to struggle mightily if they're going to allow Team BC to continue to play this tough man-up, press-up defense on them in their attacking zone.
It's interesting to me, though, Noah, that you keep referencing women's field lacrosse. I'd love to have Hannah jump in here and tell us, is there any differences between men's field lacrosse and women's field lacrosse?
Absolutely. So in World Lacrosse, and that's usually the rules that we abide by in with Lacrosse Canada play, there's 4 disciplines. There's box lacrosse, which is the indoor version of our game, fairly physical, quick moving, lots of goal scorers. There's men's field lacrosse, which is in the U.S. that would be your big NCAA pick on the men's side, and then there's women's field lacrosse, which again big in the NCAA, growing sport, and we have a different rule set than the NCAA in the international version of the game, but played with a different set of sticks, shallower pocket. Nice save there from the goalkeeper.
Wow, incredible save there.
And played on the same size field, but with all these different field markings and field lines. Our game is different, given that we do have a different stick and no equipment. The rules are intended to allow for legal contact and legal stick checking, and to disallow rough, reckless, or dangerous play that can endanger a defender or an attacking player.
Awesome. We see that Team British Columbia is now back in the offensive zone. They keep running those. Oh, there they are. And again, snaps that one home. That is Maddie McLeod, number 44, that was able to find that little crease in the defense, get through, right in on goal.
BC goal scored by number 44, Maddie McLeod.
And she was able to bounce that one, get it right up over the shoulder of the goaltender.
No, James, that's a quick start for Team British Columbia. Not unexpected. As we were waiting for this second semifinal matchup, it would be something we were expecting, but we do believe Team Ontario will continue to fight, and they'll have a fighting chance in this match.
Absolutely. I'm almost guessing, and Noah, maybe you can weigh in on this. Do you think that Team Ontario has had a game plan of trying to maintain the possession, as opposed to just getting those quick strike attacks?
Well, that certainly could be a strategy that would be implemented by Team Ontario and their coaching staff, led by Skylar MacArthur. But I would think that it essentially, maintaining possession will limit BC's opportunities, but I think Ontario's chances will have to come out on the fly. I think that'll be their opportunities, because I believe Team BC's defense and their structure is too stout, too strong. And
Great pass led to that. Really nice cut. And that gave the open opportunity. Bronte Clark, she got that racket up so her teammate was able to see her cutting through hard, and instantly went to the net, and it was a wide open shot for her. Sorry to interrupt you, Noah.
All good, James. The action supersedes my commentary. Score is 6-0? No. 5-0?
That is 6-0. They just haven't updated the scoreboard yet.
All right.
And here comes the draw.
BC goal scored
And the
by number
official was
4,
not happy with the way that one came out.
Clark.
Looked like it might have been an
Assisted by number
illegal
34, Maddie
draw
McLeod.
on the part of Reese Falke. And so now number 19, number 19, Allison Shoemaker, is going to get possession of the ball, and away Team Ontario goes. But she turns it over. Allura was able to steal it, but the time runs out on this first quarter with a 6-0 lead for Team British Columbia. We're going to need to check on that scoreboard because the official scoreboard here out at the field is showing 5-0. So if we could have one of our producers double check that one. Let's take a moment.
Lacrosse, and we didn't actually mention the one that's exciting, which is 2028 LA Olympics sixes, and Manitoba Lacrosse plays sixes here.
And we're back. We were just having a discussion internally here about one of the comments that came in our live chat here in the live stream. I'm just going to pass the mic over to Hannah here. The question was, why is the fan at 15 meters instead of 11 meters like it was back in the 2022 World Championships?
Yeah, fans will notice that our field lining has changed in the international game, the rules that we're using here at the Jenny Kyle Cup, coming from World Lacrosse, with a couple of modifications for Lacrosse Canada. But the field lines were changed in a rule cycle heading into this World Championships in Hong Kong. And the new rule book has the field line, the marking area line set at the 15-meter mark. That's to accommodate shooters that were taking harder, faster shots from further away from the goal and wanting to ensure that players could be protected within that space with our 3 seconds and our shooting space calls. So that's one of the reasons why it was bumped back. The shape has also changed. It's now a full semicircle, and that is, my understanding is that one of the reasons that decision was made was so that it was easier for international play to line fields. Women's field is actually kind of a tough fan to line and mark, so we're trying to simplify and make things a little bit more consistent across the 4 disciplines of the game.
Excellent. Yeah, so there has been many changes throughout time, but one of the things that we didn't speak about earlier was the fact that in the 2028 Olympics, it's going to be sixes that is going to be played, which is much more similar to what we have here in Manitoba in our high school leagues, which would be sixes. So that's going to be really exciting times. Our Manitoba girls are starting to get up to speed as to how that game is played, and they'll hopefully be able to compete in some of those Olympic Games. And Team British Columbia right out in front. A little bit of a scramble for the ball here. Bunch of scoops, and it just won't drop in. Reese is able to scoop it up. Around over to Bronte Clark. Back to Reese. Into Ryan Patterson. Ryan goes behind the net. And number 12 goes around the net. Kaden Soronen with her second goal of the game. And she's able to put this right down low underneath the goaltender's stick. Extends the lead to 7-0. Oh, we got a new person here checking in on our live stream. Oliver plays puck. Cheering for number 9 on BC, Lily Gronberg.
None other than Lily Gronberg.
And, I mean, obviously we still have Adrian Gronberg cheering for Team BC, and Michelle Albanese is cheering for Team Ontario. I'd have to guess that Michelle is really interested in watching Rachel Albanese play.
That would be a good guess, James.
I'm a master of deduction.
but not of addition. Do apologize if you hear our producer in the background. He likes to critique while not being on the mic, so we are continuing on with our game here as Team Ontario has a promising run here.
And we've got
she
the
missed
ball
it.
is sitting in with number 15, Sophie Cuthbert.
There's a cutter
Works
there.
it around.
There's Mustra.
Olivia Starr trying to find an opening. And, she thought she had it for a second. She cuts back. Nope, cuts back again. Feeds it forward. Can't complete that pass, but gets it over to her teammate, Allison Shoemaker.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from Team Ontario here. Dynamic cutting. Lots of opportunities.
And Shoemaker just loses the handle as she cuts through the zone. And out comes Team British Columbia.
No goal there for Team Ontario, but
Claire
that would...
Murrell breaks it out and then passes it forward to Ryan Patterson.
There
A
was,
little bit of contact there by Liesl Stata.
there's no goal there for Team Ontario in that possession, but that was a step in the right direction there, James.
I agree. They had the possession. They got it down there. They haven't had trouble, actually, getting that possession down low, as we've been talking about. They just are struggling to get the ball inside. And we go back to I'll call it the point, but they go back to Martinez. She's so quick and shifty. Look at that cut. Wow. Great goal by Martinez. That was an exceptional set of moves. We had a great angle of that there.
Shout out to our production team. That was a phenomenal view. You can really see the shiftiness of the talented Martinez as she evaded the defender and essentially giving herself a breakaway to the net. You cannot fault Danica on that one. It's too tough to save that when it's a one-on-one with the goaltender.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd love it if somebody could reach out and let us know if it's Talia, option A is Talia, or option B is Talia. Well, we're hearing from Hannah within the booth that it is, in fact, Talia.
She believes.
She believes. Did they score?
Contacted ahead.
And we saw the foul called.
Do apologize for our producer again. 3 strikes, you're out, buddy.
Okay, here goes Team Ontario. She breaks in. Decides not to shoot. That is Brooklyn Sverdrup with the ball. Up to Martinez up top. And a little bit of contact there. Gets the call. So Talia Martinez ready to break in. Here she goes. And there's the shot. No. Blocked by some of the defenders, I think. Oh, great pass inside. What a great pass by Brooklyn Sverdrup into... Who got the goal there?
12.
Number 12, Kaden Soronin with another goal. She's had an incredible game today. That was our producer who had his eye on the game and was able to tell us who scored that goal. We'll just listen for the overhead announcer to hear if he got it right. Come on, announcer.
A
We got
timeout
a timeout coming.
by Team Ontario. And we'll take a quick moment with our sponsors.
Paying attention.
All right, we're back. We've got a 9-0 game here with 8:56 left on the clock, regardless of what you're seeing on the scoreboard. Our producer really struggles with this side of the game.
Oh, you start the clock.
Really nice face-off win by number 14, Brooklyn Sverdrup. And we'll call it a draw, not a face-off. Nice pass up to Ryan Patterson, and no mistake. That's in the net. Oh, they didn't call it. They said no goal.
Post.
Crossbar. There, well, she didn't make many mistakes on the second try. Apparently, I need to have glasses that work.
Well, James, you do have glasses. Maybe it's time for an eye check.
I actually just got a new prescription, and it is significantly worse than it was 2 years ago.
That happens with age.
It does, sadly.
What are you at now?
About 78 years old.
That is a lie. He's actually 81.
Wow.
You know, James, so what?
Goal scored by number 16, Ryan Patterson.
So you know, James, I'm curious to hear your thoughts here. What can Team Ontario build off of here? You know, it's 7:52 left in the second. They're looking to kind of cut into this deficit. What needs to change here?
Well, I'll tell you that I think if they actually came into this game with the strategy of getting possession and trying to hold on to that possession down in the offensive zone, that hasn't been a successful one. And so they may need to pivot, and they may need to try and get some of those quick strike attacks where you're getting those attacks in transition, where you're getting the ball in your own end and you're trying to run it down, getting that opportunity right away. We have coincidental fouls coming up right here. Oh. A held stick check and an early entry.
Yeah, so coming into that play, the players behind the restraining lines after the draw have to wait until possession or until the ball crosses the line. We call free ball. And then there was an empty stick check, so now we got to throw.
Okay, and so then now they're off. And the ball is kind of bouncing all over the place. Picked up by Team Ontario, number 10, Vanessa Fochin. She's got a lot of speed on this outside here. She's faster than our cameraman, I'll tell you that much. Up to number 3, Emma Ulander. Emma looked like she was going to try and break in there, but did not make that turn. And here goes number 11. Nope, there is no number 11. There is an 11. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong team here. It's Drew Schmidt with the ball. And that pass to Rachel Albanese goes a little long, but she's able to track it down. And they go around the back of the net here. There's a lot of pushing going on down low there. And finally that call is made. They're making her return to the back dot there. And away she goes. And back she'll go again. She can't leave till the whistle blows.
The girls are eager to start with the self-start sometimes, so officials got to make sure that they maintain composure, wait for the whistle.
And we got number 3 behind the net, Rachel Albanese. Up to number 7, Sophia Gatti. Around to the top. We got Zoha Lila. Zoha makes a move, cuts to the middle. Oh, and then the foul is called. 3 seconds. The defense was in there for 3 seconds, which is going to give Zoha the ball up top.
Our last broadcast, Hannah kindly explained the 3-second rule. It's to prevent, due to the nature of the shot, the potential danger of a defender standing in front of the net. It's a call against the defender to allow an open lane to the net. So it is called when a defender spends 3 seconds too long in front of the net.
You know, I gotta say, I've been hearing a rumor, and so our friend 350 Stonewall asks, also hearing that World Lacrosse will introduce an 80-second shot clock in both men's and women's field lacrosse in 2 to 3 years. How would this affect the women's game as a whole going forward?
Yeah, it's something that we're really excited about at the World Lacrosse level. I think something that a lot of countries have been kind of hoping would come in over the last number of years. The women's game is going to implement the shot clock in 2027, is my understanding. And it's really going to eliminate dead ball time. So an 80-second shot clock just means a team cannot stall the ball.
Great goal. Sorry to interrupt you, but great goal. Fed it down to the corner. She just came out front, was able to pot that up over the shoulder.
So that shot clock's ultimately just going to keep the play moving faster and ensure that, every 80 seconds we're getting a shot in some big play.
Awesome. Yeah, so, I mean, that would definitely help fight against a team stalling once they get a lead, and will make it so that it's much more competitive. I mean, one of the things with field lacrosse is it's really about the respect of the game. And it's not just about, get out there and win at all costs. We've heard stories of such great respect for the other teams. It's really, that's one side of the sport that is really phenomenal.
Ontario goal scored by number 18, Peyton Kemper. Assisted by number 10, Zoha Lila.
So that goal was scored by number 18, Peyton Kemper, and assisted by number 10, Zoha Lila. And now Team British Columbia has the ball down deep. Looking to Alora down below. She comes around. Oh, loses the handle. Can't quite. But we have a call. And they're going to come out to the top of the fan. Alora with the ball. Alora Wardenberg.
Danica looks prepared there in the net.
Good job by the defense to be able to cut her off and not allow her to have a super fast run in. Oh, but great passing. Oh, great save by Danica down low.
You know what they say about Danica in that down low, and you're too slow. She stops everything below 3 feet below her knees. Very effective goaltender down low.
3 feet below her knees. I don't know how tall she is, but I don't think it's 3 feet below her knees.
I meant to say 3
Great
feet.
save again. Danica Switston.
I meant to say 3 feet or below the knees. My apologies. Regardless, the point remains the same. I'm sure if Danica had to save things 3 feet below her knees, she'd probably save it too.
I mean, that would be in the ground, but okay.
Impressive.
All right, now number 4 from British Columbia, Bronte Clark with the ball. I think. Where did it go? Oh, it's behind the net. Alora. Alora brings it out again, and there's the shot and the goal. Alora Wardenberg from Cobble Hill.
Impressive goal by Alora there. She's been a standout player this weekend, leading Team BC in assists throughout this tournament. And now you get to see her on the goal side. One of the many very dynamic, stout offensive players on Team British Columbia.
That's true. I saw earlier today. I saw earlier today that Team British Columbia, coming into today, after 2 days of competition, Team British Columbia had 8 of the top 11 scorers in this tournament. That is a real display of their offensive power. Team British Columbia will be a tough team to beat for any team, whether it's Ontario or Alberta, who is gonna be the other competitor who already qualified for the finals. And Alora trying to go around again. Nothing open there. Finds Martinez. Oh, back door. It was open, but she just couldn't corral it. Martinez behind. Goes to Alora. Wernberg just surveying. Finds Martinez. There's a shot. Great save. And Team Ontario had it for a moment, but could not hold on. And there she goes again. Martinez shoots it wide, and it goes long.
You know, James, it's just Team BC's in the offensive zone. They see the game differently than the other teams here at the Jenny Kyle Cup. They see those cuts before they happen. They're in sync. They're a unit that is together. They're a unit that is working in great chemistry. It's tough to defend because if you know where your teammate's going before the teammate even knows where they're going, the defender can't know where they're going.
Yeah, I don't know where you were going with that at first. I'm not going to lie. You confused me. You talked me in circles, but that's okay.
And that is what British Columbia is doing to the other teams at this tournament.
And that ends the quarter. We head to halftime with Team British Columbia having an 11-1 lead. Our producer has missed one goal on the score call, but that's okay. We got it on the main scoreboard. The shots are back. Here we go as the competitors take the field again for this second half. Noah, if you were coaching Team British Columbia, what would the message have been to your team?
That was an efficient first half. You still got 30 minutes to play, including stoppage time. So we want to make sure we keep the pedal to the metal. You want to ensure that it stays high intensity. You want to keep respect for your opponent. And you really got to work on things. You want to try and develop things that you've been trying to work on in practice and try and execute them in the game here, because you do have a 10-goal lead, so it is the time to experiment a little bit, but you want to keep the intensity up. You want to keep that effort up.
And Team Ontario doing a great job digging up that loose ball and getting some pressure down in on the British Columbia zone. That is Sophie Cuthbert showing some great speed, getting set up in the zone. Goes down low to Callan Martin. Callan cuts to the middle. Gets the shot away, goes down, but gets the shot away and puts it in. Great goal by Callan Martin.
That's Ontario's second of the game.
Oh, that may have been Hannah Rudge. My apologies.
Number 16.
That was number 16, Hannah Rudge. Number 17 is Callan Martin.
Good start there for Team Ontario to the second half. Going to need a lot more of that. I'm sure those at home watching from Team Ontario are cheering and excited for the second goal by Team Ontario.
I know friend of the broadcast, Terry S., is going to be excited about that one. And away goes Team British Columbia. Brooklyn Sverdrup entering into the zone, tries to go through, but Rachel Albany says, "No way, Jose, you're not getting through this line." Outlet pass a little bit too long and out of bounds. That's going to be Team British Columbia ball. Taryn Parisian into Ryan Patterson. Back behind the net. Martinez up top. Goes around the horn. It's over to number 12, Caden Saronin. Back in deep to Ryan Patterson. Fakes the pass to Martinez. Tries to cut to the net. Nothing doing. Martinez behind the net now. And we got Ryan Patterson back there in the X. Out to number 28. Taryn cutting to the net. Loses the handle. And the whistle blows. The foul on that one was detain. Hannah, can you share a little bit about what a detain is?
Absolutely. Detain falls into that illegal use of the stick category. Kind of similar to our illegal picks. You can't use your stick outside your own shoulders to try and slow down an opponent.
Makes sense. And now Team British Columbia steals the ball. Ryan Patterson up ahead to number 12. Oh, she goes behind the back and no go. Caden Saronin trying to get a little bit cheeky on that one, but it just does not drop into the net. It goes just wide. Now Team Ontario trying the long pass. Knocked down by number 3, Emma Ulander. But Team Ontario picks it back up. And Ulander picks it up again. Crosses in. She's now inside the zone. She'll pull back out of the zone. Martinez over on the side. And now Patterson in the corner. Cycling it around. Brooklyn Sverdrup. Oh, tries to cut in. Pulls back. Oh, almost a great play by Martinez. Just could not keep control of that ball.
That was a good cut by Martinez there. Just the pass was a little high. Maybe if it was a little bit lower, it would have been a great scoring opportunity. Regardless, good action there by British Columbia in the offensive zone.
Albanese leads the way for Team Ontario here. Out the side wing there. as she cuts around, goes into the middle, but loses the ball. Here comes Martinez, back for Team British Columbia. Gets in the zone and then just pulls up, waits for her teammates to get there. She was in 3-on-5 or 3-on-6. So now here comes the teammates who just came on the field. Now they settle in. They got that line change in. Swinging it around. Back over to Taryn. Taryn finds Ryan Patterson in the X. Ryan surveying. Taryn has the ball, cuts to the middle. Here she comes. Here's the shot. Scores! Great goal by Taryn. Taryn Parison.
Harrison seems correct. If there's anyone in the chat that's viewing at home, please correct us on how Parison is pronounced.
Parasine is
Not it. The lead is now 12-2. Scores 1-1 in the third here.
We do have a few new people joining our live chat. We've got Derek Milani cheering on
BC goal
Team
scored
BC.
by number 28, Taryn Parison.
We've got Debbie Hurd cheering on Team BC, and Joanne Radcliffe is back cheering on Team Ontario, saying never give up. Absolutely a great message. And away we go. Team Ontario ball now. And now that she's off and running, a little bit of contact going along that sideline.
It's quite physical play there from number 3 on Team British Columbia, Emma Ullander.
Olivia Starr with the ball. Up to number 7, Sophia Gotti. Back down low. Allison Shoemaker in the corner with it. Allison goes down low. Olivia Starr with it. Tries to break to the middle. Gets through. Oh, found Shoemaker, but she just couldn't complete the pass. The goaltender goes out and takes that ball. That goaltender is a free target back there.
Unprotected by the rules there. She is, as soon as she leaves her crease, she's the same as a player.
And in comes number 10, Vanessa Fauchen. Passes it off to number 4, Bronte Clark, but the whistle blows. Bronte Clark with possession. Here she is. And she decides not to shoot. She pulls back. Circles it around. Number 19 into number 10. Number 10 with the shot. Vanessa Fauchen.
Good save. Good solid save there by Danica, the goaltender of Ontario. Rock solid back there in the Ontario net. He's faced 20 shots in this match. Saved 8. Have all been high danger chance opportunities.
It's one of the things we see in field lacrosse is that these opportunities all seem like very, very difficult chances, really high probability scoring chances. There's not a lot of shots taken out from outside.
No, and it's the nature of the game, right? For women's field lacrosse, it's very attacking there. It's with the fan, it allows for a lot of offensive strategy, and as well as the attacking zone. And you can see Danica all the way out here to midfield, and I believe she could go all the way up into the offensive zone if she wanted to. No, she could not.
She can go to the yellow line, Noah.
Yellow line, and that's about it. But the far one. Okay.
During one of our early matches on day 1, Noah stated with very, very confident answer that she was only allowed to go to her own yellow line. About 30 seconds later, Danica proved that theory wrong.
It's almost like she heard me, James.
Yeah, it really was. It's like she was like, no, you are not correct, sir. But you know what? We acknowledge that we are learning just like everybody else out there. So that's one of the reasons why it's so great that we've had people like Karina, the official we had on the broadcast yesterday, and Hannah today. We've had her in our broadcast booth all day. And they've just been so great about sharing their knowledge and their experience and really being able to help enlighten us by allowing us to learn some of the rules of this great game. Something that is just really not very well known. How incredible of a game this really is. That ball kind of slips away there from number 4, Bronte Clark. But she has no problem gathering it up again. Over to number 19, Margaret Galloway. Great cut by Margaret. Oh, there it is. Oh, Margaret made a nice cut, but got caught by that stick of number 22, Liesl Stata. Margaret in and scores. Margaret took full advantage of that opportunity, beat her or got in on from the fan and was able to put that one away.
Margaret has incredible stick control. She's able to maneuver her stick back and forth, evading the stick checks from Team Ontario as she gets into the zone. And it was incredible. Very nice.
We now have 4 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. And it is now a 13 to 10 or 13 to 2 game. We got some shenanigans starting up here in the booth. Our producer, he just keeps talking. And here's the face-off.
See, I told you they're not. Ask her about the draw. They're not always on the same side.
So one thing Noah astutely noticed here within our booth is that sometimes at the draw, both players are on the same side of the field, and sometimes one is on one side, one's on the other. Hannah, can you share with us why that is?
So draw takers have their own preferences, and so long as their sticks are in the right position, they may stand on either side of their stick. Their stick is going to be open to their goaltender and go down on its right edge. The opponent's stick is going to do the same thing, go down on its right edge, facing its own goaltender, open to its goaltender. And then the players can either push or pull their sticks, so long as they go up and away, but they can stand on either side to one side pushes, one side pulls.
Interesting. So there, now we know that you do have the choice to do whatever you feel like doing as a person taking that draw. You can go on either side. Look at the speed coming here. Number 6, Ashley Clank. Oh, really nice find there. Oh, just wide. I don't know if we had a great view of that, did we? Nope, we're a little zoomed out on that one, but that's okay. That one just dribbled. We could see the ball from our booth here. It was just rolling oh so slowly just by that left post.
It's all due to Ashley Clank's speed. It's hard for a camera guy to keep up with her, but especially when she explodes from her defensive end all the way down to the offensive end.
Danica Switston again with the long stroll up from her net, trying to really put something advantageous out here for Team Ontario. Looking for some way to be able to get involved and help get... Oh, she's saying, go deeper, guys. We got this.
I'd love to see her at the yellow line.
Let's see her keep going.
That would bring me...
steps, Danica.
That would bring me so much joy.
Anytime. Look, she's deeper than one of her defenders. Uh-oh.
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 Oh,
There's a bit of a scramble here, guys. Okay, Ontario seems like they've settled in and they've got a little more control here. But look at the pressure from Alora and from Emma. But Ontario manages to corral it and get it inside the zone. Now they can kind of take a deep breath and say, okay, what can we do here to try and get some attacking going on? Number 11 with the ball. She passes it over to number 3. Number 3 is Rachel Albanese. They go behind the net to number 15, Sophie Cuthbert. That's actually number 16, Hannah Rudge. Number 7 now, Sophia Gotti has the ball. Works it around. Peyton Kemper. Oh, can't quite hold on. But number 22 pulls it up. Oh, and now British Columbia's in on this one. Number 8. Look at the wheels on number 8 there. Michaela Patterson. Very, very quick. Look at this effort. And the foul is called. Illegal contact as she entered the fan. What do we think, Noah? Is she going to try and shoot, or is she going to pass?
I think Michaela's going to dish it off here.
Oh, she tried to shoot. It just slipped out of the top of her stick.
I disagree, James. It ended up in Alora's stick, so I think it was a pass there.
I would say you are incorrect, fine sir. Wouldn't be the first time I thought you were incorrect, though. Just like when you report your score at the end of a hole.
And that is the end of the third. Our producer is pleading for us to stop the inside jokes. But we shall continue, and we'll have a quick word with our sponsors.
I mean, some would call it doing 10 games. Others would call it we stood in front of the camera for a few minutes and blabbed on about chips.
Oh, we're live.
Oh, we're back, guys. We're back. We're blabbing about chips. We're having a good time.
And we'll have another word with our sponsor.
Okay, here we go. Our producer has finally allowed us to put the game back on the screen. And here we go. He just wanted to see those sponsors. The sponsors are so important.
Shout out to Baltic and Gilles Lambert Pest Control, as well as Book Peasy and OxyFresh. All great companies. Those in Manitoba should check them out, and abroad, maybe one day they'll bring their services to you.
Away goes Brooklyn Sverdrup. Up to Martinez. Oh, goes inside but can't connect on that one. Oh, and they've got the ball down low again. Team British Columbia managed to pick that up even though they had lost control. And they go out wide. I don't know about you guys, but I really struggle to see the numbers on the far side.
Yeah, the sun is playing a factor now, James. That's for sure. It's a beautiful sunny day. I'm jealous of those at their cabins, the beach, and the campsites this weekend. Well,
That's
not
fair.
for the first few days, but today
great
especially.
pass. Martinez just snipes it wide. So even though Team Ontario has given up 13 goals, it's important to note that there's been 12 great saves by goalie Danica Swiston. Once again, you're seeing a lot of British Columbia finding those creases, getting through, whether they're coming from behind the net at the X or whether they are breaking in on their own. And the play is whistled dead as 3 seconds was called. And there it is. Michaela Patterson takes it from the fan, drives in, and straight into the net. Great shot by Michaela Patterson.
BC goal scored by number 8, Michaela Patterson.
We're going to do some shifting around to some people in the booth here. We're going to get our producer on the mic. Oh, and here comes Team British Columbia again. Well, that one goes errantly wide. That's going to be a rush to get that before it goes out of bounds. And we got Josh joining us on the mic here now. Good times. Number 14 with the ball, Brooklyn Sverdrup. Looking for that opening. Tries to cut in, circles back. Over on that far side. Is that Michaela Patterson again? I think it is. Sverdrup has the ball. Shoots, scores! Hits that top corner. Brooklyn Sverdrup.
Great goal there as BC extends their lead by to 13 goals now, with 11 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
And the shots are now 28-8 for Team British Columbia. This game could easily be way more one-sided than it is. And our new producer is looking to have a salad all of a sudden. You don't make friends with salad.
What?
It's true.
I don't know who said that. Salad is great for you and your health, so I'd recommend it.
I believe it was Homer Simpson that actually said it.
Producer wants to tune in and say, in fact, you do make friends with salad. Hannah actually gave me the salad. So I now consider Hannah a friend for donating the salad to me.
Thank you for that insight, Noah. And I'm sure Noah is grateful to Hannah for giving him that salad.
Little extra sustenance never hurts, I'll say that. And now Team Ontario with the ball. Let's not start a conversation about salad dressing now.
Okay. Back to the game now, James.
Italian is superb.
Oh. Okay, Team Ontario has it down low. They're behind the net. Number 5, Olivia Starr has the ball. Trying to find cutters going to the front of the net. Just nothing doing. There it is. Trying, looking, walking. Finds number 16, Hannah Rudge. Tries to cut in. Oh, lost her footing a little bit. Oh, look, she found her open. Shoots, great save. What a great save. Kick that all the way out to midfield. Cross midfield. Team Ontario scoops it up, though. That's Liesl Stata. She finds number 15, Sophia Cuthbert. Sophia has to recoup a little bit, but there she goes. Rachel Albanese goes forward. Zoha Lila. And there is a call. Illegal contact in the zone. Zoha Lila. Ready to go. And here she goes. Now. Shoots. Great save. Excellent save by goaltender Saskia Onger. That's
That's the-
actually not Saskia Onger. That is Kayla Stewart in goal today.
That is the 10th goal. That is the 10th shot she's faced today. She's made 8 saves, only allowed 2 goals here throughout this match. That is a very high save percentage to what we have been used to throughout this tournament. I guess they changed goalies at halftime. That is a good word from our producer.
It's also only the 9th shot on goal, but
Okay.
that's some good insight you got there, Josh.
There's a reason I was the cameraman, and yeah, that's all I got.
And now our cameraman is a little trigger happy. He's just figuring out how the zoom works. Away goes Team Ontario. Successfully entering the zone. Brings it behind the net. Oh, tries to cut in front. Makes a turn. Can't get through. Walks it up top. Fakes the handoff. Fakes it again. Still looking, and then she drops it. And then away goes Team British Columbia. What a nice scoop and run. And a nice feed forward. A 2-on-1. A 2-on-1. Here we go. Here's a shot. Great save, Danica.
Wow.
And scooped up now by Michaela Patterson. Finds the open cutter. The shot, bounces and goes over the net. That was Reese Falke. This is going to be Team British Columbia ball. And away they go. Ryan Patterson at the X. Cuts. Can't get through the middle. Whoa! What a tricky little shot that was.
Was that a through the legs shot, James?
I do not think it was. I think
Oh.
she just shot it from down low from behind the back.
Looks
I mean,
like a through the leg shot to me.
Just shot it from down low. I mean, I'm sure that is not an easy shot, but it was really close to being a spectacular goal. Michaela Patterson with the ball up top now, over to number 19, Margaret Galloway. Margaret surveying the opportunity, seeing where they can possibly re-enter into the fan and get a good strong attack. Over to Reese. Back to Ryan Patterson behind the net. Looking to set up that offense. Fakes one side, comes around the other. Pulls back. And we got a 3-sec hold. Pardon me? A goal circle violation. Off the ball, one of the BC players ran through the goal circle. So that meant that the whistle needed to be blown, and it is Danica Swiston bringing the ball out. Come on, let's cheer for her to go all the way to the yellow line this time.
Yellow line. Yellow line.
Okay, that's one yellow line. Restraining line.
Pretty much. In case you guys didn't hear, our friend Hannah has revealed that we are now classified as experts of the game of women's field lacrosse. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. We're available 24/7 to answer questions.
Josh, it's funny that you say how much of an expert you are. Our friends 350 Stonewall has reached out with a question. I'd love to hear your insight on this. So it doesn't happen too often, but I've seen a goalie get substituted for another player known as a deputy. Would the deputy act like a 7th player on defense if that team is trailing in a close game?
Well, my good friend Stonewall, I have the answer to that question. The goalie can come off and a 7th player is allowed to come in. And that would typically be seen in a close game where the leading team is trying to stall. So they would put a 7th player, typically a faster player than the goalie, so that they can potentially force a turnover. However, that 7th player is not allowed to cross over into the offensive zone.
Oh, and Hannah says, great job, Josh. That is the correct answer. And here's a shot, and she scores. Who do we got there? Mr. Producer, who got that one? 11. Number 11 is Drew Schmidt. Excellent shot by Drew. She got that ball just off to the side of the net, took a few steps in, and picked the top corner. And we got Chuckles McGee going next to me here. We got a 15-3 game with 3 minutes and 55 seconds left on the clock.
That's what I was confused. Dude,
Look at that.
zoom out.
Nice fan.
Okay, and our
Ontario goal scored by number 11.
Our cameraman
Jim
has
Smith.
gotten a little distracted
Assisted
here
by number 19.
by that what
Allison
appears to be a
Kruger.
Ryobi fan.
You know your fans.
Josh is an expert in fanship.
The producer has tons of fans. Little dad joke for you there.
And Team Ontario once again back down in the British Columbia zone, looking for an opportunity to close this gap from the 12 goal deficit they're currently facing. I'd like to know, Josh, since you have already proven yourself as an expert, is there a rule as to how many people can go inside the fan at one given time?
There is actually not a rule regarding that. So, if you think about it, James, the fan is really like the zone where players typically try to score from.
Yes.
And yeah, so there's no limit. However, if you look at that yellow line, which is the offensive zone line, there's only allowed 6 players in there. Maybe we could get a clarification from Hannah.
Let's just hold off on that for one moment. Team British Columbia is closing in. Laura down low. She swings it over. Laura trying to do something here. Gets the shot away. Oh, but cannot connect on that shot.
Bounces it there, but unable to find the net.
Team Ontario corrals that ball. Oh, and pushed. Looked like she might have been pushed out of bounds.
Just out
Just
of bounds.
out of
James.
bounds. And that is going to be Team British Columbia ball. And here comes Laura Wardenberg.
Minute 45 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
Swings it around to Ashley Clank. Outside. Bronte Clark.
Now, James, this game is not over just yet.
Emma
However,
Ullander inside. Shoots. Great save, Danica. Oh, running the wrong way here. Lost the ball. That could be trouble. Oh, now she's fighting for it. Little bit of contact. Let's see what the official calls. Illegal contact. That is going to be Team Ontario ball. Number 10 is going to have to go behind Vanessa Fauchen. And they get the ball to Danica. And any bets on how far she goes up, Josh?
I think she'll make it to right around that draw circle.
I think that's a good
On
guess.
that
Oh,
short
she's
side.
coming forward with.
However, she's being challenged
Oh,
here.
she did. That was one of the first times we've seen somebody go and challenge her on that. Instantly putting that pressure on her. Oh, and look, and we got a breakaway. Here is number 10, Vanessa Fauchen, scores! After Vanessa went up and challenged her, that then forced her to make that throw. And it didn't give her the time to do it that she normally has been getting. Then with the turnover, it was quickly turned around and passed back to Vanessa, and she was in one-on-one, extending the lead back to 13. (16-3). 46 seconds remaining here in this game. Looks like Team British Columbia has probably punched their ticket to the final to face off against Team Alberta.
So, what can you expect out of that game, James? What are you looking for?
Well, I'll tell you, in their round robin matchup between Alberta and British Columbia, Alberta put up a decent fight. It was not a game that ended with a super close scoreboard, but that game was very tight right throughout the whole match.
Well,
I would
James-
expect it to be very similar. I'm really excited to see how that one turns out. and it looks like it'll be Team Ontario against Team Manitoba in the bronze medal match.
Well, circling back to that gold medal game coming up, in the round robin, that was the first game for both of these teams where Team BC and Team Alberta played against each other, and it's looked at us like Team Alberta has improved every game.
I
So
agree.
are you expecting somewhat of a different result?
You know what? I don't know if I'd go as far as to say I'm expecting a different result, as Team BC is really a force to be reckoned with. However, I think that if anybody has a chance to unseat this defending champion, it would be that team from Alberta. Great shot, number 10, Vanessa Fauchen. She cut through, caught the pass, and real quick release, put that on net with 2 seconds remaining on the clock. Extending the lead 17-3. I would say that is the nail in the coffin.
Yep, definitely the nail in the coffin there, James. I don't see Team Ontario coming back from that one.
Seems unlikely at this stage.
Only goalie goal counted as 15.
Terry S. is sharing that great work, Team Ontario. We are proud of you. Yes, and you should be, Terry. This Ontario team has played hard in every one of their matches this tournament. Let's see how they can do against Team Manitoba in the bronze medal match.
Well, all right, that is the final buzzer, and Team BC has punched their ticket to that gold medal final of this Jenny Kyle Cup tournament.
Yeah, we hope you'll join us in those games we have planned for tomorrow. What time do the games start tomorrow? Do you guys know? 9 a.m. We'll be starting our broadcast at about 5 minutes to 9. And we will be ready to go, full of energy, with less shenanigans as we get deeper into these playoff games.
All right. In closing here, we will visit our advertisers one last time because they are the ones who make this all possible.